Okay, so that is our microphone level, and we can probably go ahead and bring that in a bit. Hey everyone, welcome back from the holiday season. In this episode of Great Scott Marcus, I never finished posting this entire episode, and so even though it's a bit lackluster, I was in pain when Mark and I recorded it, I wanted to still get it posted nonetheless, finish that up. Mark and I will get back to recording this weekend, and of course I'm wrapping up the first season of State of the Frame, as well as the 88th Armory, for those of you who are into the Warframe content. Basically, I'm going to be taking 2 months off because breaks are healthy. I'm going to play a bunch of other games, and of course, I'm probably going to be resurrecting 0 frames per second in some manner or another. I still want that show to... we'll get to all that another time. Anyway, enjoy the episodes. No, take 2. Hey everyone, Scott, welcome back from the holiday season. I just wanted to say before we get back to, I believe it's episode 25, even though it was a bit of a lackluster episode, I was in pain when we were recording it. I never finished posting the episode. Amongst all the busyness of the holiday season and doing other videos, I forgot to finish posting it. So that's exactly what I'm going to do here. Going to get that posted, and so you guys can watch that. And, of course, I'll be coming at you with other updates for the other shows in those shows. So thanks for watching. Enjoy. Man, why do all of them just sound like wet meat flapping together? Anyway, welcome back to Great Scott Marcus here on Ramble Entertainment, episode 25 for December 25th. It won't actually post on December 25th unless I get behind this week. I'm Scott and that one's Mark, and here in our final Ramble for the week, we're having another hype train. Mark!
Yeah.
It happened. You saw Rogue One. No spoilers. Go.
I'll try not to. It was really good, though. Very enjoyable.
So I will ask this. I heard something about a twist that, like, is really hard to see coming.
I don't know if it was a twist. I mean,
I'm a tornado. I don't know why I said a tornado.
I feel like most of the time, at least in my perspective, when I went with Dakota and Devin, we kind of had the same feeling of... like what exactly which part we know what happens, but we know that this goes on before episode 4, but we're still like curious on the actual timeline of when it happens. So I can see like a kind of twist. It's not really a twist, it's just like a revelation, you know, towards the end. We're like, oh, holy shit, this is where it takes place, like in that time frame. That might be what they're talking about. I'm not sure. But I didn't really see any kind of twists happening. I thought the storyline was pretty good, you know, with what was come up. And I remember you talking about this a while ago, about the writers of this. One of the writers was the writer from Book of Eli,
Gary Whitta.
Yeah, and also
he might be on the. He's going to be on the podcast I listen to frequently to talk about this. Yeah.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah, I'll send it to you if it's good.
And here's something kind of random. The other writer, John Knoll, he was in the art department for the original trilogy. Like he did like, special effects. Yeah, so it's like it was kind of nice about these other like Star Wars spin-off movies is they are actually having people that are involved with the original trilogy. You know, it's not like just like some random screenwriters, you know. Well, Gary Whitta, kind of random, but he still like writes a good movie. John Knoll was, you know, previously a part of the Star Wars trilogy, and I think episode 8 is going to have, what's his name? Fuck, I forgot the guy's name that's going to be writing it.
Fuckface McGee.
Something Kazdan, I think. Kazdan? A guy that
sounds familiar.
Yeah, a guy that actually was a writer on the original trilogy would be doing, I think, writing episode 8 as well. Or maybe the Han Solo solo movie. Yeah. But no, it was great. I would recommend it. To me, it kind of feels more like a like a war movie that takes place in the Star Wars universe. You know, you're actually seeing like the Star War of Star Wars. You know, for lack of better words.
You always had these big grand battles going on, but like oftentimes the characters were always set aside from them, and
it kind of happens here, but there's a lot more emotion, like when about the sacrifice that goes on during these events. That's
there's gonna be sacrifice, muffin spice.
It's like completely different. That's you get from the other movies that didn't really kind of focus on any kind of sacrifice. It's just like the protagonists doing their thing and kind of evolving, and that narrative. There's not. I don't know. I felt like this movie had not been done before. Like there was no like rehashing. There's not like, oh, this seems a lot like episode 3 or episode 2 or episode 7. It seems very, very fresh on its own.
Whereas 7 seemed to like episode
a rehashing of 4. Yeah. But it was good. Saw it twice.
What?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, I saw it on Thursday with Zach down here. Thursday night when it opened up at 8:00, and then when I went back home this weekend for my niece's birthday, I saw it with Devin and Dakota. Yeah. Cool. Twas good.
Cool.
Yeah. You gonna try to see it or nah?
Yeah. But here's the thing. I've seen some who are also like comparing it to like the other movies where they're just like all the other movies still stand above it. I
think it's also unfair to really compare them exactly just because of the way that they're written. Like this is not gonna have any other spin-off from it. There's no Rogue 1, 2, or Rogue 3, whatever.
Spoilers.
Well, it's just
Rogue 5.
Rogue 5. Yeah, exactly. It's just that's not gonna happen. So it's just like I feel like if you look at 4, 5, 6, those all kind of go together. 1, 2, 3 all going to go together. I feel like it's just unfair.
Yeah, they go together in the trash can.
Yeah. So I feel like it's kind of unfair to really compare the two to be like, oh well, it didn't do this like this. I think one review there's talking about like, well, the characters in the original trilogy was like a lot more effective and you got to know them better. I'm like, well, this isn't really about the characters. This is about the Death Star plans and how they did it. It's not like, let me connect to this character right now. Like that's what the trilogies are for,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. A lot of it also depends on my leg. Happily, I'm only scheduled after Tuesday for 1 day in the next 10 days. Oh. So that gives me a lot of time, but we'll see, where my leg is.
Hopefully test your body still.
Yeah, I'm going to... I'm not going to post any videos the week of Christmas, but I'm going to try to get some recordings in, so that way I am ahead of myself there. And then I think if we don't start to kind of pick up heading into January, then I'll probably take a break about halfway through January, come back in March anyway. So somewhere in there, probably see Rogue One. I'm pretty hyped for... God damn it. Why can't I ever think of that show's name? Like, I am so pumped for it. No. High Castle is back, though, and we should probably watch it.
My brother-in-law actually saw first episode of season 2. I didn't even know he was into it, but he's like, yeah, it's interesting. It's getting a little more of that sci-fi edge to it that season 1 kind of ended on.
It was the sci-fi show...
The Expanse?
Thank you. Why do you always remember it, but I can't? Oh my god.
I'm like fucking Rain Man when it comes to TV shows and actors and movies and shit. That's one thing I can remember most of the time.
So The Expanse is back on, and I'm pretty pumped for that. I'll probably buy my way into it on Amazon again. Because why? Because you should support shit instead of just downloading it. I'm tired. And then
the last episode of Fire aired this week, so I'm probably gonna watch that.
Oh, really? Do you really want to get that far ahead of it? Like, we could wait for it on Netflix.
Well, I've only got one episode to go, so.
Yeah. I just feel like you're gonna be so hyped, and when it finally comes to Netflix, you're gonna be like, bruh, I'm over it.
I'll probably watch it again. I mean, the whole series is pretty quick. So.
It's pretty phenomenal too. I'm pumped for my new mic. I'm excited for Christmas. We talked about this before, but I'm not a person who, like, I feel like others would enjoy giving gifts to, because I'm just kind of like, nice, all right. Whereas, like, Jenny is, when I give her gifts, like, she is elated and, like, just kind of revels in the moment, and, like, I can't wait for her to open her gifts. Sweetheart, if you're watching, I can't wait for you to open your gifts. And... yeah, like, I plan... it's going to be the first time I'm going to be capable of, like, buying something for my parents that really out of my own pocket in a long time. So I plan to get them some nice things. I did ask them if they're comfortable waiting a month, and they are. So that way I actually have, sufficient funds instead of just a couple $100. But either way, so holidays, I've only just gotten in the mood for. Like, it's not that I wasn't in the mood. In fact, we kind of even talked about this with, like, Christmas music. Like, I was enjoying Christmas music up to this point, but, like, up until right about now, I've just been kind of like, oh yeah, the holidays are coming up, whatever. Yeah. And I was just like, yeah, I'll feel it eventually. And now I feel it, and it's like a week out, less than a week out. So
I don't know. I'm still.
Ow.
I don't know if I'm feeling it yet. I don't know why. I think because this time of year I'm always going back home, so it's just like a ton of like family events. I feel like if it was just like Thanksgiving and then Christmas and that was.
Do you also decorate your apartment? Do you
I've got a little tree. And actually, I've got I have some lights that I put up out my balcony. So
there you go.
Yeah, so I got a little bit of the Christmas spirit going on, but. I got to wrap all my gifts now, and I gave a gift that I was I was happy to give it, but the surprise was already ruined, unfortunately. But she's happy. But I have another good gift that I'm really excited about. It's to Devin, actually, so we'll see how that goes.
Cool.
Yeah.
No spoilers on it, I take it?
Nah, sorry.
That's fine.
Just in case he watches. I don't think he does, but just in case.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so either. Yes.
Alrighty, then let's go ahead and outside of that, I mean, like, I'm enjoying a lot of the stuff we're doing for YouTube, but obviously there was a bit of anti-hype this week, whether that's YouTube's antics or not. Either way, let's get into the topic.
All right.